pretty tough. The 4-3 defense, defensive tackle Fletcher Cox in his 5th NFL year. His 9.5 sacks led the team a year ago. At linebacker, Bradham and Kendricks. Flank second-year middle linebacker Jordan Hicks out of Texas. And one of the leaders on this Philadelphia defense is a good one, strong safety, Malcolm Jenkins. That ball that play is snuffed on the far side by Rodney McLeod. Going around the far side and being tripped up. And the Eagle defense jumps up and plays big. 2nd and 5.
Go, get that. Hurry.
Time running down on RG3 to get the snap off. And that play goes nowhere. Crowell couldn't get started. It looked very confused in the backfield.
Well, there was a lot
manageable 2nd and 3rd downs to deal with. Quick pop over the middle, popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. From the 15, back snap into the end zone and out for the safety. Not sure if that was so high that Robert Griffin couldn't handle it or if he wasn't expecting it. No, it was just high.
Yeah, that went right over his head. Cameron Irving, 2nd-year center, sails it. Not the part of the field. You know, here Cleveland was feeling good about themselves. They got the ball first coming out after the half. They got the field goal to get this thing within a field goal. This is an important drive for the Browns.
Griffin under pressure and goes down. Big number 91, Fletcher Cox.
It'd help him a lot if the offense could get something going, give him a little time to rest it up.
Deep drop this time and hit from behind. Connor Barwin. And once again, the Browns start in a deep hole back at their own 8-yard line. Griffin running out of time, lost the ball, recovered it, but inside his own 5-yard line. Brandon Graham, number 55. They need 3 yards for a first down to keep this thing going. Throwing to the outside, too high, couldn't be handled by Andrew Hawkins, and the ball will go over on downs.
And I don't know if he got hit again or if that's just the effects of the previous hit.
Jack Miller becomes his go-to tight end. A lot of change.
And not a great start for that offensive line that had its difficulty last week, and that continues as he gets blown up. Cutler on a safety blitz by Malcolm Jenkins.
Cutler will not last much longer with this kind of protection.
Leading 7-3. Fake to Jeremy Langford. Cutler in trouble, and he gets yanked down by Brandon Graham.
Brandon Graham came screaming around the right side. Massey at right tackle.
Another play fake. Cutler lost the football. And the Eagles have it. Destiny Vayo, a backup on the defensive line with a huge play. On 2nd and 2 from midfield, Langford dumped for a loss. Brandon Graham penetrated that offensive line.
First 2 games.
Jay Cutler on first down, and interception picked off by Nigel Bradham inside the 10, And wrestled out of bounds inside the 2 by the center, Cody Whitehair.
Jay Cutler with a bad decision.
Tennessee and in Detroit. 6 years combined with Jim Schwartz. Langford fumbles, and the Eagles have it again. The 3rd takeaway of the night for Philadelphia. Ron Brooks on the loose ball.
That's the first fumble of Jeremy Langford's career.
4th and 1. Hoyer has to retreat. Fletcher Cox couldn't get him down. Now he just throws it up as a prayer and a battle in the end zone, and it's incomplete.
It's just the jump ball offense right now.
Took a high school job out in the Shreveport area at Calvary Baptist Academy, and then got called back here to the Eagles after 4 years. 2nd and 9, and look at the defensive front break through and drop him behind the line. That's Bradham along with Graham.
Wouldn't tell us what his weight was. I don't care. All I know is his feet are quick, getting out of trouble.
Here's Chris Boswell, and that kick is blocked. Blocked by Benny Logan. Boswell had made his last 11 in regular and postseason competition. Pittsburgh keeps the football for over 6 minutes and then fails to get 3 from 36 yards out.
Wow, good job by Benny Logan. Got inside the left guard in the center. And after that drive, big emotional lift for this Eagles football team.
3rd and 7.
Kind of fits the city, doesn't it? Let's go and fight.
No question. And they whistle at 10 at last.
And look who it was.
Yeah, Fletcher Cox.
4th down.
As he has said to us many times, has a lot of faith in his quarterback.
Pass. Almost intercepted. Just out of the hands of Jenkins. And boy, was that secondary. Got another flag down, though, at the line of scrimmage. That secondary's been jumping these routes.
The speed. Jenkins comes from far back.
Holding. Offense, number 66. That penalty is declined.
Jim Schwartz defense. That was impressive. And that speed was.
Some heat on it. He just says, okay, here it comes. Can change speeds as good as any quarterback in the league.
Now they come in and they take him down. The sack put up by Benny Logan.
Benny Logan beats the right guard, David DeCastro. Just keep pushing. They keep working. Connor Barwin makes Roethlisberger step up, and that's the end.
That's the 2nd sack by the Eagles defense, and Benny Logan's had a nice afternoon here.
Benny Logan, you know, inside, you put him and Fletcher Cox inside, that's about 650 pounds of men who can move.
2nd and 18 again, the pressure, and the ball is on the ground, picked up by the Eagles. Brandon Graham with the recovery. Fletcher Cox forced the ball out of the hands of Big Ben.
Fletcher Cox over the right guard, David DeCastro.
Here they come in on him. This is what you're talking about, Phil.
Oh. This is what I talked about early in the game, too. This team can do this.
Yep, 7 defenders. A couple more drop back at the 20.
4 good pass rushers, too, Jim.
Look at this, defending the first down line as they go underneath, and now they come crashing in. And Jim Schwartz loved the way the team handled that execution.
He can bring some energy to the defense. We've seen that here today. And the end of the game, I think they finally tired him out.
2nd and 10. Ben gets free. Flag is down to the end zone. Fight for the football. Hayward Bay.
I thought he might have intercepted it.
I did too. I think it was, yep, I think it's McLeod that's got the football. Remember, there's still a flag back in the area of offensive holding.
And that was the last
It is McLeod.
second. Watch this. At the very last second, jumps and turns.
Holding. Offense, number 66. That penalty is declined. The ruling on the field is an interception with a touchback. First down, Philadelphia. Timeout.
Run by Riddick.
Everything's a setup, Tom. They put him in the backfield. They set something up.
They're going to pitch it to him. Cuts it back to the inside. Spins away from one tackle. But then is finally corralled by the Detroit native Brandon Graham, who threw him to the deck. 7th first down already for Detroit. And we're just under 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Center wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage by the former #1 pick out of Louisville, Marcus.
That route, that was a lack of execution by the back end of the Eagles.
Another little delay, and again to Zimmer. And center is dropped right at the line of scrimmage, led by Brandon Graham. A homecoming for Graham. He went to Detroit's Crockett Tech High School. Delay to Riddick, and read beautifully by Benny Logan. They were wondering if he'd be able to play this week. He's been bothered by a tender calf, and the big fella's going to trot on over to the sideline for this 3rd down.
Step and you get penalty right out of the gate.
Now they're taking a look at Marvin Jones. He was questionable coming into this game. The Stafford is dropped back at the 25-yard line by Benny Logan. Let's check in with Carissa Thompson.
Year 1, Jim Caldwell cleaned that up with the Lions, and they went 11-5, went to the playoffs.
Exactly right. Ball is loose. And let's see, it looked like originally that the Eagles had it, but that ball may have squirted out of there. We'll see.
Harbor's fighting hard.
Signal is given. It's Philadelphia football. So, you know, that's where you always talk about, fellas. The Golden Tate is in the backfield. He already has a couple of carries in this game, and now make it a 3rd. Trying to turn the corner, and handled beautifully by the Philadelphia defense. Brandon Graham initially slowed that play down.
It's at 8 now. I like it.
3rd down, Stafford is sacked. He ducked away from a sack from Fletcher Cox. And then it was Barwin and Vinnie Curry right behind him. And Curry will take the back.
Safety talked to us about that yesterday. We've seen it before. Cousins with big numbers against the Eagles over the last couple of years. The handoff to Matt Jones. And he is hit back at the 6-yard line by Benny Logan. That's the 1st and 10 from midfield. On the toss, it's Thompson, and now the end around to Jamison Crowder. And Crowder is hit initially back at the 41. He did not think he was down, but he was ruled down on the tackle by Michael Kendricks, 38. Off the fake to Jones. Picked off! Malcolm Jenkins! One man to beat, it's Cousins! And Jenkins will take it all the way for an Eagles score!
Malcolm Jenkins will get credited with that play, but credit Marcus Smith, who stayed home and did his job, put pressure on Kirk Cousins, made the ball float. Malcolm Jenkins pounced on it and took it to the house. Look at Marcus Smith up here. The boot away, but watch him do his job. Get up in Kirk Cousins' face, make him throw right away, and Malcolm Jenkins undercuts. It's a great play by Marcus Smith. Great eyes by Malcolm Jenkins. And then playmaking ability to take it all the way to the end zone.
Malcolm Jenkins in his 100th NFL start, which helped lead to the last Redskins touchdown. 1st and 5. On the handoff, it's Matt Jones, and he's met by Bo Allen back at the 22-yard line. First and 10 Redskins from the Eagles 29. Matt Jones tried to cut it back inside, but he is tackled by Jordan Hicks. Loss of 3 on the field goal.
It's intercepted in the end zone. First interception thrown this year. Or is it an interception? It is. Coming out of there is Rodney McLeod. The teams are 8-2 combined. You'd never know it watching the first quarter on offense so far today. So now Bradford, a chance at redemption, and he's stripped. The football is loose. Has it gone back to Philadelphia? That's Malcolm Jenkins. There is a flag on the play, and Jenkins is going to race to the end zone. But we wait on a penalty as that ball is stripped away by Connor Barwick. John Hussey, our referee, about to make a very important announcement to this sellout crowd.
Personal foul, face mask, offense, number 72. The ruling on the field is a touchdown. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
There's the face mask there, and Connor Barwin just simply runs right past Jake Long, and looks like that's going to be down there.
Now appears to be all right. Alex Boone had left for a short time into the Minnesota locker room, but he's back out there on a first play. What an effort defensively there by the middle linebacker Jordan Hill.
They're about that same part of the field, 30-yard line there in field goal range. If he tries to create a negative play, here they come.
Here they come is right. And Bradford hit as he throws. It's picked up by Allen. And is that an incompleted pass or a fumble? It is a fumble, and the football belongs.
It was a fumble recovered by the defense.
Over 4 yards of carry, and without him, this running game has really suffered.
Blitz coming. Bradford gets away from the first one, but not the second one. It was Malcolm Jenkins initially, and then Hicks finished him off. Branham wraps him up and throws him down, a sack all the way to the 25. Philadelphia at home leading 18-3. First time we've called the name Fletcher Cox all day long. NFC's Defensive Player of the Month in September.
Well, it's a crazy league, from 1 week to the next. You just don't know. And I saw Mike Zimmer over there shaking his head. This is the last thing he expected, the way they played.
And batted into the air and turning it over on downs. Looked like Watkins got a hand on it. The Eagles will get the ball with a chance to tie a ribbon around this one. A rough return to Philadelphia for Sam Bradford. So Philadelphia says before this game, we've got a fighting chance to win this one. That one batted away, but you look at the next 6 opponents will actually include Minnesota. Here's Minnesota team today. Team that's probably been the best in the conference, Dallas on the road, Giants on the road, Atlanta a division leader, and Seattle. That is an incompleted pass.
Again, they empty the backfield, send the fullback, Rod Smith, flanked wide to the right. Just to get the play off before the play clock expires, and there's a sack back at the 16-yard line. Marcus Smith, third-year defensive. And this time it is Morris not going anywhere. Stop for a small loss on what could be the final play of the quarters. It should be
so far here.
Second and goal. Prescott in the pocket, fires over the middle, intercepted at the goal line. And Hicks thought about running it out. He'll just take a knee there and bring the ball out to the 20-yard line. So right over the middle and picked off at the goal line. We go for the first down play and a draw to Elliott that doesn't fool anybody. Tyron Smith.
Schwartz wanted to see what Dak Prescott could do playing from behind. He said it's been too easy, too long for him.
Second and 2, and this time unable to turn the corner. Rodney McLeod came up from his safety spot to tackle Elliott for a loss of 7 yards. Second and 10. Des Bryant, bottom of the screen. Look out. Prescott's going to get sacked back at the 15 by Connor Barwin.
Eli's completed 6 straight. Manning. Down he goes. A sack for this Philadelphia defense. And that's their 23rd of the season. It's Destiny Vio, the rookie, in a loss of 9. Spags cut his teeth in the NFL with Philadelphia and the legendary Jim Johnson, longtime defensive coordinator for Andy Reid. Handoff is to Perkins. Good play. Fletcher Cox. Cox, the one who made it, and Vinnie Curry was there to help out. A loss of 4 on him, but does not look good. He did walk off under his own power. Brett Jones takes over at left guard. Handoff is to Perkins. And he loses 2. Bo Allen in to make the stun. Sproles up in there behind an extra offensive lineman, Isaac Seumalo. Those are big points on the road that the Eagles don't pick up. Jennings is just swallowed up in the backfield. A time ago. 4th and 3. Manning has a man, but overshoots Beckham. Beckham got free, and Manning led him too far, and that is good work by this Philadelphia defense. With him, but it looks like he's going to be okay. That's Lewis in motion. Handoff to Jennings, and what a play up front made by Graham. Brandon Graham, who has really benefited from the arrival of Jim Schwartz, who's so good coaching defensive linemen. Chris Wilson, his defensive line coach, and Graham's like a new guy. So we've seen a lot of, short passes, try to ball control it a little bit, and move the chains. Here's Beckham, nice pass, tight coverage. The Eagles say they have the ball. And now the officials get together. Nolan Carroll was there defending, and we'll see if this is a takeaway, and it is. And the first of the day for the Eagles defensively. Right into the gut of Beckham. And then Carroll, as they go to the ground, rips it out. But it's a turnover, so they'll look at it. I would be shocked if they keep the ball. Yeah, I would too. A heck of a play by Nolan Carroll, being able to just strip Beckham from it. And we'll tell you why after the call.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
Had they ruled catch and fumble, Beckham would have been down by contact, but because they said he never had control, he's back in there for the Giants. The down of the game, it's tipped and picked. Intercepted. Hicks, his second in as many weeks.
the way in.
29-yard gain. Here's Freeman, though. He's bottled up. Connor Barwin got good pressure and drops Freeman for a loss.
Big yards.
That's Gabriel in motion. They ran it to him a couple times last week. This is Freeman, who is hit. Malcolm Jenkins is having a heck of a first half.
Well,
Ryan, pressure, steps away, but now he's dropped. Told you Barwin was back in the game, and he just announced himself with a sack. The Philly 42. So all those good things you were talking about in this half, John, could turn sour real quick. Ryan, pressure up the middle, and he is sacked. He got big pressure up the middle from Cox, but it was Brandon Graham to finish him off. Philadelphia. Freeman breaks a tackle, cuts back left, slips down. And McLeod came in to make sure he would stay down. Back, looking, fired, intercepted, and that'll do it. It's McKelvin.
Including a couple touchdowns in their last home game against Buffalo. 2nd and 5. Toss to Procise. And this time they're going to set him back about 6.
Well, you know, going into this, well, it's kind of a play to the Seahawks, isn't it? Just that they let their players compete at practice.
3rd and 6. Finally some pressure on Wilson, and that will be their first sack of the game.
James Starks starts as the running back. Aaron Ripkowski reset the fullback, and a 3 wide receiver set to start the game. They start on the ground and nothing doing for Starks. Drop for a 1-yard loss by Michael Kendricks. That was the 6th reception of the night for Jordy Nelson. Rodgers let the clock tick all the way down. James Starks stopped for a loss. 21-yard gain. They'll go back to the ground now. Rodgers 30 for 39.
Second in the league coming into the game.
First down carry and nowhere to go for Jeremy Hill. Nigel Bradham will appear to be shaken up after being dragged down on that reception. 2nd down. And Burkhead looking for some kind of running room and ran into his own man. Cody Core, who had just checked.
You know, almost double giving up when you go on the road, and they're trying to solve that today.
Great pursuit by Brandon Graham behind the line of scrimmage. And a 3rd.
Over here.
Quick slant to Burkhead. Pretty nifty moves there, and then he put it on the ground. And the Eagles say they've recovered it. Burkhead a couple of really nice moves to get additional yardage and then lost the handle. And that's the quickest way a Philadelphia team has a chance to get back in it if they have recovered.
Look, we're still 14:51 to go. This thing's long from being over. And there it is.
There it is indeed.
And you're so right about Burkhead. They split him out wide, and he's played some receiver for Cincinnati. And right there, nice hustle. Who's that coming from the back?
Benny Logan.
Benny Logan from his defensive tackle position season that Tom described. He gets back week 17. I believe he'll get it.
Well, it gives you an idea. This is basically the 3rd full game. As they throw that one to Jake Fisher, that's a play you brought up earlier, and he fumbles the ball. And now all of a sudden you run a play that turns out initially to look good. And now all of a sudden I'm sure some sitting around here saying, why are we getting cute? Playoff picture still mathematically alive. And so here we go. 6-0 Philadelphia. Here comes Kirk Cousins and company. Fake to Kelly. He's got time. Now steps away. Now things break down and down he goes. And there is a sack by Fletcher Cox for the first time in 8 games.
Well, we had him as a player to watch.
3rd down and 6 officially. Cousins in trouble, and down he goes. Kirk Cousins sacked again by Fletcher Cox. He went 8 games without a sack, and he's got 2 today.
Really nice job by Jim Schwartz.
Washington has had trouble. Don't ask why. They get the second best offense in the league, but they've been terrible in the red zone. 1st and goal. They'll run it here. Kelly gets nothing. Vinny Curry was there first. So, John, how do you explain?
All the way across the field. What it makes you do, it makes you defend the entire field. You can't just say he's not throwing here. He's an impressive quarterback in my mind.
Blitz picked up, coming near. Sack! And it's intercepted! McKelvin! Touchdown! He's missed now.
He throws a lot of these balls. I was just praising him for it. Leotis McKelvin now thanking him for it. Great job by McKelvin. He was beat earlier by Deshaun Jackson.
Great point. See, they continue to work on Selleck. There's nobody else warming on that sideline. 2nd and 5, they'll run it. Kelly. Bo Allen eats him alive. No gain.
Ravens start from the 12. Play action. Flacco in trouble. Down he goes inside the 5-yard line. Flacco taken down, lost the football. Sacked for the 2nd time. The drive from the 34. It is Dixon. And he's hit behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 7. This is Dixon. And he will lose yardage. Benny Logan busting through to make the tackle. And Flacco is taken down back at the 39-yard line. Fletcher Cox.
And he gets that leg out of there, so hopefully he'll be able to return.
On 2nd down and 8, this is West. Nowhere to go. On the penetration by Vinny Curry. From the 12, on 1st down, it is West. Breaking through, Benny Logan.
Sterling Shepard back in the slot for the Giants. Manning, compressed pocket, throws the interception. Malcolm Jenkins taking it all the way for an Eagle touchdown.
It's game on down here in the red zone.
The 16, Manning, Jennings, Bo Allen. Loss of a couple to start the 2nd half. So big drive here for the Giants. 1st and 10 run with Jennings goes nowhere. Brandon Graham erases that for 3rd and 5. Eagles bring it 4. Manning throwing, and it's intercepted. That is 2 for Malcolm Jenkins tonight. 5 in the pattern. Manning looking, throwing, and it is incomplete. Sterling Shepard hand fighting, couldn't come up with it. Giants sideline furious that there's no call on no outs. 13 seconds left. Manning just putting it up for grabs towards Will tie, and it's intercepted. Cutting underneath and taking it away, Terrence.
Last season. On 1st down, they'll run it. McFadden goes backwards. A nice play by Malcolm Jenkins, who's had himself a wonderful season at safety. Eagles defense, John, they got off to a rip-roaring start, but since week 11, they have certainly tailed off. Some of the rust in case he's needed in this postseason. Pitch to McFadden. McFadden looked for some blocks, and he's cut off. Jordan Hicks really broke that play up.
Jordan Hicks is a fine piece moving forward.
They have their quarterback, which is the hardest thing to fill. 2nd and 10. Here is Sanchez against some pressure and an athletic interception. I think it was Hicks. It was. What a play by Jordan Hicks to tip it to himself and pick it off.
Well, we broadcasted Jordan Hicks' first start. In his first start, he had an interception, and he hasn't stopped since. This is now his 4th interception.
Alfred Morris at tailback, and they'll give it to him, and he will get flanked. Brandon Graham Honestly, hard to believe Brandon Graham didn't make the Pro Bowl. So who knows, John? I guess we'll find out after the play. Here's Sanchez to throw it on first down. And it's intercepted again by Philadelphia. Make it 2 in a row for Jordan Hicks, his second of the game.
Certain players just have a knack leadership on leading a team. Incredible young man.
Prescott 4 of 8 today, 37 yards before he was taken out. Here's Sanchez on third. Pressure, in trouble, and he is sacked. Vinny Curry was there, and boy, have the Eagles been waiting for production from him. Big East looking to be good again this year. And here are the Cowboys with Alfred Morris. Who gets buried? Who else? Brandon Graham again with the play. Third down. Sanchez pressured again. And Fletcher Cox, he gets away. Still alive is Sanchez. More pressure. Graham is there, and he is buried. Relentless pursuit as Barwin came on to finish it off.
Now, when people say meaningless games, there are no meaningless games. These guys are playing for pride. They're playing to try to get great momentum.
That's what you're looking at if you're Darren Sproles. As Jones on the punt. Eagles by 7 with 1:50 to go. Jones has it deflected and blocked. The ball is loose. And the Eagles will take over. Stephen Means came in and got a piece. And it's a strong finish for Philadelphia and for Doug Peterson.
It really is. And that momentum, it matters. I mean, I've been on these teams. You're not going to the playoffs. Does the last win really help you? It sure does. And you see pressure right up the middle from Stephen Means. Gets that big hand out there and blocks the punt from Chris Jones. Special teams have been fantastic for the Eagles all year.